in this lab, we'll be doing some measurements. We'll measure circumference and diameter of different kinds of round objects. So I recommend you collect 10 different round objects with different sizes. I do not recommend you collect the round objects with similar kind of size. So I want you to collect round objects with different diameter and circumference like I showed here. So these are more or less same, so I only want one. So here we'll be measuring circumference by wrapping a piece of string around these round objects, and then we'll measure the diameter. I'll show you how you measure the diameter. First, let's see how we measure the circumference. So wrap a piece of string around this round object like this. Okay, so wrap this string so that it makes one complete circle around it. And to measure the length of this, so you hold this part where the circumference ends, and then you measure this using this tape. Okay, so we have this tape. On one side of this tape, the scale is in inch, and other side it's in centimeters. So we want to use centimeters, not inch. So you need to stretch this tape, the measuring tape, to see what the length of this string is. That would give us the circumference. So again, you need to stretch the meter tape or this tape to measure the length. So I see that it's about 85 centimeters. Okay, so the diameter of this is 85 centimeters. You will write it on a piece of paper, and then you need to measure the diameter of this. To measure the diameter, so we don't know which one is the diameter. So diameter basically is the longest distance between any two points on the circumference. So not these 2 points, not these 2 points, not these 2 points, but it's the longest distance between the 2 points on the circumference. In order to find the longest distance, we can make a bunch of measurements. Like you make this measurement, so see what that distance is. Measure that distance either on this tape, or you can also use a ruler if it is more convenient. So measure that. So that's about 26. Now make another measurement. Okay, so make the best guess and make the measurement like that, and measure that again. So that's about again 25.5, and then make another measurement. So make 3 measurements. So that gives us, let's see what that distance is. So that is about 26. Now you take the average of those 3 measurements. Okay, so try your best to measure along the longest distance between the 2 points and take the average of 3 measurements, and that will be your diameter. So we measured the circumference, which was about 85 centimeters, and we also measured the diameter, which is about 26. So average of those 3 measurements, it may be about 26, and that will be your circumference and diameter. Now, so that one is done. So you can write the data on that table provided on your lab sheet, and take the next one. So do the same thing. So you wrap a string around this round object. Okay, so wrap it and see where it ends. So that's the point where it ends, and then measure this length. Now this ruler is not long enough to measure that. That's why we want to use this tape. So you can start from here. You put your end point at the edge, and then move your string along the tape. Okay, so while measuring this, you need to stretch the tape so that you get the right distance. So it's about, you see there, it's about slightly less than 47. I would say it's 46.8. Okay, so the circumference of this one is 46.8. Now we need to measure the diameter. We'll do the same thing that we did before. So measure the diameter or the length along the longest line. And again, we don't know the exact longest line, so we need to measure a couple times. Like here, let's assume that that's the longest one. So take the average of that, or take the measurement of that. So that's about 14.5. Make another measurement, assuming you're measuring the longest one. Okay, so that's another diameter. See what that length is. That's about 15 centimeters. Make another measurement. Okay, so that's another measurement. See what that is. So that's also about about 15. I would say that's 15. That's 14.7. Okay. So take the average of those three numbers, and that will give you the diameter. So this one is also done. So you can record your data, circumference and diameter, on the lab sheet. Now you will do the same thing for all these round objects. Okay? So you will get 10 data points, and with that 10 data points, you will plot a nice graph. You will plot a graph of circumference versus diameter. And from that graph, you will be able to find the value of pi. So in the next video, I will show you how to find the value of pi using the graph of circumference versus diameter.